Okay, folks, I'd like to call the Hopkinton Town Council meeting of August 18th, 2014 to order with a moment of silent meditation and salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First on our agenda is to introduce some new employees with the town. I want to pass it over to Bill McGarry, Town Manager.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'd like to introduce two of our newest employees to members of the Town Council and the people of the town of Hopkinton. The first is Lynn Hall. If you want to walk up to the podium. Lynn began work as my administrative assistant on June 23rd. She lives in the town of Richmond. She's a graduate of South Kingston High School and also the University of Rhode Island. She graduated as a communications and sociology major, magna cum laude, and she worked for approximately 15 years in Providence as a senior project manager and marketing official in one of the private HMOs up in the city of Providence. We had over 30 applications for the position, the part-time position, and of those 30, we interviewed maybe around 6 or 8 of them. And on the first round of interviews, she finished first in the process. We had a second round of interviews, and she also finished first. So by unanimous consent, she had the job. So I guess the cream rises to the top. She's been there about 2 months. She's really doing an outstanding job. She has developed a very good camaraderie with the various department heads in town and established a nice dialogue. She answers a lot of citizen complaints for me, and she actually handled the entire performance evaluation management system report forms, that collection system, over the last couple of weeks. So she's really done a great job. She's really more than an administrative assistant. I call her the honorary Hopkinton's chief of staff. And she's a very valuable part of the management team, and we certainly welcome you aboard. And if you'd like to say a few words, please do.
Just thank you very much for that really nice introduction. I appreciate it. And thank you all for allowing me a minute on the agenda. As Bill mentioned, I've been here for about 2 months now. And right away, I felt so welcomed here in Hopkinton. It feels like home. Just looking forward to working with all of you for as long as Bill will keep me around.
Welcome to the town of Hopkinton's government.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And our second newest employee is Brian Rosso. Brian's from Pawcatuck, Connecticut, but he was born and raised in Ashaway. He lived here most of his life. He went to school at Charahoe High School. He is also a graduate of the University of Rhode Island. He got his undergraduate degree in May of 2004, a Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration and Finance. He also possesses a master's degree, an MBA in finance from the University of Rhode Island. We're pretty fussy on who we hire, and with respect to the finance director, we actually went out 3 times and advertised. The first time we got some people who clearly could have done the job, but we just weren't 100% comfortable. Second time we went out to advertise, the same problem. And the third time, Brian applied, and when he came for the interview, it was 2 sets of interviews, and we thought he had, the intelligence and the experience to do the job, plus the fact he was from the town. And for some reason, we just thought that he would be a good fit for the position. So he's only been in there a couple of weeks. He's got a lot of work to do over there, but I'm sure that he's going to do a great job. He's got a very high level of interpersonal skills, easy guy to get along with. Even Agnes likes him.
That's tough to do, right?
If you can get by Agnes, you're in pretty good shape. So welcome, and we know you're going to do a great job, and we hope you'll be a very integral part of the management team, and welcome aboard.
I appreciate that. Thanks for the introduction, Bill. I just wanted to add, as he mentioned, I was born and raised in Ashaway. My My parents still live here. My brother and his family live here. My grandparents live in Hopkinton. So it's a very exciting opportunity for me to come back home and work for the town. And I hope I can live up to the expectations and bring my expertise to Hopkinton and do good things for you guys. And soon enough, I'll be living here again myself.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I couldn't be prouder of my position here, and thank you for the opportunity. And if you guys ever have any questions or would like to discuss anything, I'm always available right next door or by email. I'd like to always let you know that I'm always available.
Thanks, Brian.
And by the way, Brian's dad has been a long-term employee, you know, just you know, stipend. He's our electrician, electrical inspector for the town of Hopkinton, and he's been here for more than 20 years. I don't know how long. You know, and he's just always done a good job for the town. So we know you will too.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
As a point of information, the majority of the town council is URI graduates, so it's good that 2 URI people are on the staff, and there's 3 of us that are URI graduates. Just a little plug for URI.
Is that the roadie blue
That's right.
that you're wearing? Excellent. Well, thank you all.
I didn't wear it for that reason, but
It's very fitting,
I'm proud
Scott.
to be a URI alumnus.
Thanks, Brian.
It's very fun.
Okay, I need a motion to sit as a licensing board.
So moved.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Okay, it's the special event permit. Open a hearing on an application for a special event permit filed by Marc Johnson of Foster Parrots Limited for their annual fundraiser. Open house scheduled for Saturday, September 13th, 2014, from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Foster Parrots Limited facility located on 87 Woodville Alton Road, Hope Valley, Rhode Island. Applicant present? Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Okay.
My name is Monica Armstrong. I'm one of the managers over at Foster Parrots New England Exotic Wildlife Sanctuary. I've been involved with them since 2001, so I've been around for a while. It's a good organization.
Okay. Any questions for her?
That's been there since 2001 now?
No, that was in Massachusetts. I began in 2001. It was there long before I came along. I believe we came in 2007 to Rhode Island.
I knew you were talking about, because we talked.
Yes, talked about Mass. No, originally Foster Parrots did start at Marc Johnson's home in Massachusetts, but then we moved to the property down on Woodville Alton Road.
And you've been doing this event for, I know, a couple of years anyway.
This is our 4th?
And we've never seen anyone complain, as far as we know?
No, it's a wonderful family event. And our neighbors on either side are always invited. Terry Corville. Yes, which is wonderful. It's wonderful. She had sent us a letter saying that either she or Roy would be here on our behalf to support us. And the family on the other side, I do forget their last name. The mother's name is Jen. And every year we bring them over tickets, and they come with all the children, and they have a good time. It's really nice.
How many folks generally come and go? Do you kind of keep track of like the total for the day? You have hundreds or 100?
We don't have the exact count sometimes until almost the last minute. We're hoping for 250, but a lot of people tend to buy a ticket, not come just for the support. So it usually doesn't end up being that many, but we can hope. And we try to plan for that much food, and unfortunately we have a lot of leftovers. If anybody's hungry the next day, come on by.
And you always used to do that as a vegetarian meal, too.
Oh, yes. Oh, there's no meat allowed at Foster Parrots. Oh, no. And some of the meals will be vegan as well, but mainly vegetarian. You cannot support animal welfare and have animals at an event. It doesn't send a very good message. So,
No, not going to eat parrots.
and it's wonderful. It is so good. There can be no complaints, I'm sure, about it. It's wonderful food. Excellent dinner.
David?
I'm just pleased to have an organization like yours in the town.
Oh, thank you. It's wonderful to be here. I'm so happy.
It's one of those good organizations.
It's really, really good. It's I came from Mass to finally have a job that I love. You'll never get rich doing this work, but honestly, my bank account's never been lower, but I've never been happier. I've never worked harder. I've never never had a job that wasn't just a job, and it's definitely a labor of love. It started with Marc Johnson in his home, and he's taught a lot of us, and taught a lot of us well to continue on this work.
I just had a couple quick questions. Is the organization, I guess, I'm trying to remember from last year, is it to just house parrots that are from homes that they don't want, or is it to actually place them somewhere?
Mainly, every animal in the building has been given up for one reason or another. Sometimes a health reason, sometimes just because we don't want them, it's a matter of getting rid of them is how they word it, and that term is just horrible. We do adopt out somewhat, but we're kind of trying to concentrate more on sanctuary, because over the years, Marc has seen so many animals come back. Animals have passed away, have gotten in horrific accidents, so he thought that maybe sanctuary would be the best way to go. But most of the adoptions are probably volunteers and staff, because we develop such a rapport with the animals. They pick us, so that's the best way to go. So we do try to get some out so we can get some more in that are, for instance, we had a call for an old Goffins cockatoo down south that was going to be euthanized if we didn't take him. Now, if we did not have a space for him, he would have been euthanized. So we do try, hopefully, to get birds out into a better home. But if they're in an aviary, for instance, they're not going to get probably a better life than living in an aviary where they can fly. If they're stuck in a cage for whatever reason, we try to get them a step up to another home, and it's got to be a step up for them, or we will not let them go.
Yeah, and just so the public can know, I mean, if folks are interested in buying tickets, is it open to the public, or?
Yes, it's
Okay.
just a
And
matter.
how much are the tickets? And
65.
Tickets are $65.
Okay.
That is including everything, the whole day, from beginning to end, a big tour of the grounds and all of the animals inside, getting to meet everybody.
Food and drink?
Food, a band. It's wonderful. We have a very supportive band who comes, and it's really a great day. I look forward to it, even though we have to work really hard to get ready.
Is there a difference for kids, or is it every head is 65?
Children are free up to 12? I believe 12. Children are free, and we do have a bunch of little kids that'll be running around. And last year, we actually had a raffle to name some birds that did not have names, and I think it was $1 for a chance, which is a great thing for kids. And my niece actually won the right to name 2 of the cockatoos that had no name, 2 white birds that she named Crystal and Snowflake, and it's just still so funny because, but it was nice for the children, because there are some raffle baskets that we have a great raffle, just baskets, and there are some that have children's books about animals, about the environment and conservation. It's really a nice day. Nice day for everybody, young, old, big, small, everybody.
Okay. Any other questions for this young lady? Okay.
Motion to approve the application for a special event permit for Foster Parrots Limited for their annual fundraiser with waivers.
Seconded.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any further comments or questions, folks? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Go for it.
Thank
Have a
you.
great time.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you.
Frank, one thing, can we at some point put on the agenda the situation with special event permits?
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Language.
offline.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever they get it ready.
I
Yeah.
bring it up because it's on the agenda right here.
You'll actually have a draft this week.
Okay, good.
Move that we
Okay.
adjourn as a licensing board and reconvene as a council?
Seconded.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Next on our agenda is consent agenda.
I would like to remove
Okay.
before you approve it, the town clerk's report.
Okay. Okay, approve executive session meeting minutes of June 16th, set September 2nd, 2014 as a hearing date for the special event permit filed by Charahoe Athletic Association for a fundraising event. Approve refund submitted by the tax collector, approve abatement submitted by the tax assessor, and not accept the clerk's report, right?
Right, correct.
I just made a minor correction on the executive session minutes, but it's not really significant, so.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
What I wanted to note on this town clerk's report were 2 things. That Lisa, I assume Lisa or your office, had applied for 2 grants from the Rhode Island Governor's Commission of Disabilities, and they were able to receive the grants, and it's going to offset some of the expenses required for modifications needed to each school at the voting booths. $12,000 for Hope Valley School and $1,000 for Ashaway School, and Cherahoe will oversee that. The other one that she was made aware of was they applied for a grant to cover the costs of 2 Vote Here flags for the 2 school voting locations, and she submitted them on the behalf of the Board of Canvassers, and she received word that a grant in the amount of $499.90 to purchase 2 6-foot-tall Vote Here flags.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's wonderful.
Good job.
Very good, Lisa.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's the name of the
You're getting
game.
very good at it already.
Move that we accept the town clerk's report. Second.
Okay, motion made and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. First public forum. Anyone out there wishing to be here? No? Okay. Next on the agenda is Council President report. Council President, I want to recognize Chief Palmer and Detective John Forbes for taking time out of their days during John Gilman's funeral. It was a military honor funeral, and it was quite a thing. I'd never been to one, and very impressive. And Chief and John Forbes, Detective Forbes, were there on Saturday representing the town, and they really did an outstanding job, and they fit right in with the military honors. And I want to thank them for taking the time out of their days to do that. And also, I laminated something that Patrolman Eastwood received a recognition for the Lifesaver Award, and I want to congratulate him for doing that. And I guess that was an outstanding award that he won, and it was awarded at the State Police, I believe, for saving someone on the highway, right, Chief?
Right here in Hopkinton.
Yep, okay.
Could you tell us what it was?
Yeah, come on up to the podium, please.
Back in the beginning of May, Jason Eastwood was on routine patrol. He comes across a vehicle that was acting suspicious right by the park and ride. He investigated further, and he found that the operator was going to pull into the park and ride, probably go to sleep. The passenger in there was actually unconscious and was coding. He started giving him some life-saving techniques, pulled him out of there. Luckily enough at the time, a trooper came by, James DeAngelis, and they had the Narcan, and they administered 1 dose. It didn't completely revive him. Jason Eastwood had them expedite the rescue. The 2nd dose did revive him, and he was transported to Wesley Hospital, and they stated that his quick action and Trooper DeAngelis's quick action was instrumental in him surviving. So they did a nice job. Jason Eastwood, very active and active officer out there, always stopping vehicles and looking out for the suspicious activity. And it's lucky he did at that time, because if she had gone in there and gone to sleep, that gentleman might not have survived. So,
Yeah, I know Jason from, he used to do my sprinklers on my lawn.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I first met him, and he always wanted to be a policeman. And he said, I want to get into Hopkinton. And this was back when Jack was here, and I said, well, geez, apply. I don't know what the process is, but come to find out, he ended up getting a job here. And so it was, every time he dropped my packet off, we chat about our sprinklers, my sprinklers, and how he helped me out. So anyway, that's the connection I have with him.
And
I knew him before he got to be a policeman, so.
And what's so nice is he moved into my neighborhood.
yeah, he's right.
So my
right near you.
neighborhood is protected, and there is a police car sitting there.
And just so you're aware,
I do.
all
We
right.
all want one.
You want one in your neighborhood? Okay. We'll see what we can do. Just so you're aware, shortly after this, we were going the process of having Narcan, developing the policy. Shortly after this, we received training, and we all now carry Narcan with us. So.
Thank you, Chief.
So, thank you for
Very much.
recognition.
Thank you very much.
While I'm up here, I've also recognized John Gilman for his many years as the police commissioner. He was a real friend of the police department, and what I've seen as a real friend to Hopkinton, so he'll be sorely missed.
Thanks, Chief, I appreciate that.
We agree.
Thank you very much. Okay, next on our agenda, Town Manager Report, Bill McGarry.
Thank you. Just very briefly, collective bargaining negotiations have begun between the town and the Police Dispatchers Union. We had a first session this afternoon, lasted about 2.5 hours, went pretty well. This is the second CBA that expired this year. The other agreement involved the DPW union, and that's already been resolved. And the other 3 union agreements expire on June 30th of next year.
Okay, any questions for Bill, folks?
No.
Okay. Next on our agenda is boards and commissions. Consider board and commissions appointment to the Juvenile Hearing Board.
I'd like to appoint Sylvia Alger to the Juvenile Hearing Board, or reappoint her.
I will second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any comments or questions, Marc?
I've known Sylvia since I was a kid, and she's always been enthusiastic and energetic and interested in the town, that's all I'm going to say.
That's a great description. Enthusiastic.
I think
yeah.
so, too.
Yeah.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All those in favor, folks?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Last public forum. Anyone out there wishing to be heard? Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion, we adjourn in memory of the late John A. Gilman and the late Ralph W. Naylor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion made and-
Second.
Motion seconded. All those in favor, folks?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.